Hey there, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through my process for creating a soft, natural hairline from start to finish. So if you have ever struggled with harsh lines or hairlines that feel or look too dense too quickly, this is going to help you soften everything and really bring your baby to life and help with realism. So before we really get into anything, I want to encourage you to go back and watch the hair rooting video that's right before this one if you have not watched it, because this video in particular just builds on that video. And I'll be sure to link it in the cards right here just for easier access. I am working my way to the front and I am starting to reduce the density with the human hair by spacing the hairs a little further apart than I did toward the back. And I'm also alternating between placing 1 hair per hole and 2 hairs per hole, because this really helps to keep the hairline soft and prevents it from feeling too heavy. And it's important to start around this area, then waiting until you get to the hairline. And just being mindful not to create any straight lines, just as we did throughout the entirety of the head. Natural hairlines are irregular, so I'm letting my placement stay a bit imperfect, right? So you'll notice I am slightly varying the direction as well, just to mimic how hair naturally grows. And right at the very front, I'm using a much lighter hand, almost barely placing the hair, so it really looks like the hair is growing out of the scalp. And one of the things that I really like to do from time to time is take a step back every so often and look at it from a distance, just to make sure nothing is looking too thick or dense or too uniform, because at this stage, I'm really just letting my eye guide me. And if I ever feel unsure about adding more, I just take a break, because sometimes stopping is what keeps the hairline looking the most natural. And I always recommend using inspiration when you're working on your hairlines, looking at, real references of babies, studying how natural hair grows, and letting that guide your placement pretty much. But at the same time, please don't be afraid to let your creativity speak. I'm warming up the vinyl because the needle that I'm using for the hairline is much finer, and with a warm head, it makes it a lot easier for this 1 barb needle to actually glide in a bit better. One thing that really makes a big difference in how natural your hairline looks is your hair color. And specifically using a slightly lighter shade of mohair that still complements your baby's skin tone and the human hair you're blending it into. So think of your lighter mohair as your transition shade. It's not really meant to stand out, of course. It's meant to soften everything and bring a seamless blend into the entire hairline and the entire look overall. And as you cut the mohair off of the bundle, be sure to keep that hair in the same direction, so as you begin to root, everything is in the proper alignment. When you're picking up your mohair, try to hold as few hairs as possible, because this will help minimize plugs and give you a much better chance at true mono rooting, which keeps the hairline soft and realistic. In addition to the mono rooting, I do implement a little bit of micro rooting as well. And if you're not sure what I mean by that, mono rooting is inserting 1 hair per hole, and micro rooting is whenever you're doing 2 to 3 hairs per hole. Doing an alternate mix of the two really helps to make it all blend well from the hairline to the human hair, because if I just did mono rooting throughout, knowing that I did micro rooting throughout the entire head, there would be a slight difference in the appearance of the hairline looking very shallow and the actual human hair looking very thick. So doing a combination of the two really helps to blend it all together. I also root some of the mohair into the human hair area. I go back just a little bit into the front row of the human hair, because I want to make sure I don't have a line of demarcation, if you will, straight up and down, that separates the human hair from the mohair. That really helps to transition and blend it all together. In order for the hair to lay naturally, I am very mindful of how I hold my needle. So basically, the needle is at a almost 45 degree angle going into the vinyl. And sometimes I lay it even flatter, closer to the vinyl, so that way whenever the hair is rooted, it lays flat. And that's very important for the hairline. The direction and the way it lays is what will help to make the hairline look as natural as possible. Your mapping of your hairline, which we discussed in the previous video, how you lay your needle, and the time that you take to install the hair will make all the difference in the world. So make sure that you are pacing yourself and that you are giving yourself time and space to do exactly what you need to do in order to capture your entire vision of your project. By combing the mohair back into the human hair, I am just making sure that both textures are merging together without any humps or lumps in between the two. If I ran into that issue, I would make sure that the density for the hairline would be a little bit thicker. Now that we're at the front, as you can see, I have the head facing me, and I'm still going in pretty much at the same angle, slightly elevated a little bit, but I am making sure that the hair is being inserted in a natural way that it would grow out. So with the hairline, you want to make sure, especially in the front and the middle, think if it were bangs, you would want that to come forward. So I tend to root this forward. As I go to the front and continue, I want you to pay close attention to the angle of the needle as well as the direction. Sometimes I may have it forward, slightly to the right, slightly to the left. It just depends on where I am. I am truly following the natural curvature of the head. And that's very important that you do as you go throughout the rooting. All right, so let's get Gabriella's spa treatment underway for her to go home. She has already been glued down on the inside. As you can see, the lashes are in, the eyebrows are placed. So she is pretty much at her last step before the photo shoot. And I'll also share that with you guys, a few shots of that here. I put it on the community page, but I'll put in a few shots at the end of this video. But I am sure to do a lukewarm rinse, shampoo condition, just as we would with quality top-of-the-line products, because this doll is a huge investment, hair and all. So a really good hydrating shampoo and conditioner is a must for any type of human hair. So I am doing a very thorough yet gentle massage of the products into her hair. And I'm also going to make sure to use a leave-in conditioner because I want to make sure that I leave product on the hair. I'm showing you this here so that you will know that some shedding is normal. As long as it's not coming out in clumps, you're good, but some shedding is normal. So in order to maximize your retention whenever you are detangling the hair, be sure you're using a wide tooth comb or a detangling brush as well as a leave-in conditioner, and work your way from the bottom of the strands up to the root. Also, I highly recommend that you turn the head upside down for a more full look whenever it's dry. So be sure that you turn it upside down, allow it to air dry after you style it, and you'll have a very nice full look when it's all said and done. If you have learned anything from this video, please like, comment, share it with a friend or someone that you think could benefit from it. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Stay tuned for just a few pictures from her photo shoot. Take care, guys. I'll see you next time.